and on YouTube. We are currently streaming over there as we speak, just so you know. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm okay.
What would you like to speak about?
So you said you don't know what I voted for, right?
Correct. I mean, depending on who you voted for, but yeah, that would be the consensus, my friend.
So, and the first thing on their thing, it says live from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to refer to someone that was born there and that's a billionaire?
No. I'm referring to Trump's executive order.
People come to the U.S. Helping them come to the U.S. for a chance at a better life.
Oh, hold on. So just so I'm clear. So people from South America who are looking for a better life
From Africa.
can't come here. No, people from South America can't come here for a better life. But people from South Africa who are white can come here.
Not everyone is white in South Africa.
But he literally said Afrikaners. Those are the white Dutch people.
And would you not say that people that live in South America, Mexico, like Colombia, are coming here to try to unalive people?
No, definitely not.
And they're not trying to bring
they're
substances.
They're the least likely people to commit a crime in the United States. And if you're about to ask me about bringing illegal substances in, no, they don't do that either. That's Americans that do that. Overwhelmingly Americans.
So not one illegal immigrant has brought a substance in that is unalive someone.
Did I say not one, or did I say that is Americans overwhelmingly? Over 90% of the illegal substance brought into the United States is brought here by American citizens.
You're assuming that.
No, I'm not assuming that. That's what our DEA tells us. Our drug enforcement agent tells us.
No, you're assuming that illegal immigrants are just perfect angels, aren't they?
No, I didn't. I never said that. But they are less likely to commit a crime than you are, white man.
I wouldn't say I'm fully white.
Well, I would. I can see your PFP. I said I would. I can see your PFP. White is a race.
I'm also Asian.
No, you're white.
I'm Asian too.
There's no such thing as being two different races. You're only one race. Now, your parents may be two different races, but you, sir, are only one race. That's how race works. Race is based on phenotypical traits.
Okay, so the color of my
skin is weird.
So the color of my skin is white, but I am Asian too.
No, you're not Asian too. Your parent is Asian. You, sir, are white. Why don't you know this?
So, if we're going to refer to it as that, so if you were born in the U.S., but your parents were born in Mexico, what are you?
It depends on your phenotypical traits. It doesn't matter where you were born.
No, let's say that you have white skin. What are you?
If I'm phenotypically white, like all of my traits are white, because there's black people that have white skin because they have albinism.
Yes, I understand that.
So then what exactly are you asking me?
So can you not say that... Can you not have any Mexican
Bro, do you have anything intelligible to say at all? Anything?
Yes. The first thing that I really wanted to come up with and say is, why do you believe that what Elon Musk did was wrong?
What do you mean? What he did was wrong?
With a hand gesture thing.
You turn your camera on, Ty. Turn your camera on, Ty.
What?
Turn your camera on.
Okay, we'll turn it on.
Turn your camera on. Okay. Now, Ty, put the camera on yourself so everybody can see you.
It is on myself.
No, it isn't. I can see the ceiling fan. Put it on yourself so everybody can see you. Go set it up somewhere. Put it on a stand. And then I want you to show
Okay,
it to
that's
us.
what I'm
And then I want you to show it to us. Show us what Elon did.
It's on a stand.
Okay, now show us what Elon did.
I'm showing you.
No, you're not. Bro, we can see inside your closet. Here, let me put you on the big screen so everybody can see it. Now go in front of the camera. Go in front of the camera and show us.
So, you know,
Go in front of the camera and show us.
everyone loves to say
Go in
what
front of
Tim
the
Watts
camera
did.
and show us.
And the same thing that Tim
Go in
Watts
front
did
of the
was put
camera and show us, Ty.
what people did in
Go in front of the
Germany,
camera
right?
and show us, Ty.
And you're just too ignorant into...
Go in front of the camera and show us, Ty.
You're too ignorant to fully realize that what Tim Watts did was also wrong too. If you want to believe
Tim
that.
who?
Tim Waltz. If you believe what Elon
Do you think
Musk
I
did
give a
was wrong,
flying
then-
fuck about Tim Walls?
or what Kamala Harris did.
Her name is Kamala. Do you think I give a fuck about Kamala Harris?
I mean, you voted for her, right? No, you didn't, because I know you didn't vote for her. But you would believe that she was a good person, right?
Do I
And that she
think I
was-
give a fuck about about them? Ty, turn the camera on and show us. Show us. Since it's not that big a deal. Stand on business, bro.
So
You said it's not that big a deal. Just turn the camera on and show us.
you know that he does have autism, and that you're making fun
I
of
have
someone with
autism. I have autism. So miss me with that bullshit. I have autism. Turn on the camera and show
And
us.
that's
I have
that
autism.
sometimes
I've never
people-
done a Yahtzee symbol. Nope. You're not going to tell me about autism. You're not about to sit here and tell me about autism. I've lived it with it my whole life.
yes, bro.
You're not about
Because
to tell me about
sometimes
autism.
you-
I lived
you
it with it
don't
my whole
fully
life.
understand what people
I lived
go
with it
through.
my whole life. You're not about to tell me about autism. Do it, Ty.
You don't have autism.
How the...
You're perfectly fine, and you're trying to be a victim.
Where's your medical degree from?
Why do I need a medical degree?
Well, you're diagnosing people online somehow.
I'm just trying to say, stop trying to be a victim after they try to better yourself.
Sir, I'm doing much better with my life than you are with yours, Fred. We all just saw your room. I have more bathrooms in my house than you have bedrooms in your house. You still live with your parents. I do not.
I don't just stay here. I stay other places too.
Oh, I don't just
And I
stay here. I
travel
stay
the
other
country.
places too. Yeah, I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled all over the country
So-
this year. I have more sky miles than I have car miles. We are not
I've
the
traveled
same.
the country too.
Tell me how many times you've been
I've
on the front
traveled
of, tell me how many times you've been in the New York Times.
I know someone that.
Tell me
know
how
a
many times
relative
you've been
that's
in the New York Times. Tell me how many times
I
you've
know
been in
a
the New York
relative.
Times. Oh, I didn't ask you about your relatives. So I'm going to ask you again, Ty, loser, mediocre white man. Get on the screen and show us.
Why do I have to show you this?
Well, you said it's not that big a deal.
What's the point of me doing it?
You said it's not that big a deal. Let's see it.
You're just embarrassing yourself. It's okay.
I'm embarrassing myself.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's rich. You are literally an embarrassment. You should have been in a sock.
We need to get. Do you believe that we need to get rid of all DEI programs?
We
in the
need to
country?
get rid of, yes, so that people like you, those DEI programs that predominantly helped white people, yes, we
No, they
do
do
need to
not.
get. Do you know what DEI stands for?
Yes, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Okay, and what? Give me an example of DEI.
Kamala Harris.
How is she an example of DEI?
Because the only reason people voted for her was so that we could have the first black.
That would be affirmative action, not DEI. Try again. Give me an example of DEI.
that is a way for us to have some sort of equity, so some sort of fairness.
Give me an example.
So then everyone.
Give me an example.
I just showed you one.
Yeah, no, that's not an example. That would be affirmative action. I asked you to give me an example of DEI.
The plane crash in Washington, D.C. was the result of DEI.
No, all of the people that were both of the people piloting were white men.
You know that there's more people that are.
Both of the people that were piloting and the person working in the tower were all white men.
You know that there's more that goes on than
Both of the
just
people
person that
working on flying those aircrafts and the person in the tower directing air traffic control were all white men.
And I'll tell you another one, Barack Obama.
No. So I'm going to ask you again, can you give me an example of not affirmative action of DEI?
The NBA.
So essentially what you're trying to do is just say that black people are all black people are DEI. So essentially you're replacing the N word with DEI is essentially what's going on here. Yes.
That's right. That's incorrect.
No, you said that's right. And then you said it's incorrect. All you've named is black people so far. And the NBA is predominantly black.
And why is that?
Because they're the most talented.
Oh, but I thought it was about equality.
Does the E stand for equality?
We could make it that way. I believe it should.
Your parents got to be ashamed of you, bro. They got to be. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that they get up in the morning and see you and be like, "Yep, we did a good job." There's no way. There's no way.
So,
like, bro, how old are you, Ty?
I'm 26.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, my son is only 21 years old. My oldest son is only 21. And Jesus Christ, if he was, you know what I'm saying, even a tenth of the loser that you are, I wouldn't even talk to him. I mean that. And that's my own biological child. I wouldn't even talk to him.
Do you know what Reuters is?
Yes, it's a news agency.
Yes, I know someone that works for them. I know someone that's traveled with
I don't give a flying fuck about who you know, weirdo. Like, why do I care about who you know? I don't care. Good for you.
If you think I just live in a show and don't go out, you're actually insane.
I don't recall saying that. I said you're a loser.
That's okay.
There's plenty of losers travel. There's plenty of losers that travel all around the world. Plenty of them. Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Ty.
Donald Trump is an amazing person.
Okay, because you know him personally? Is cheating on your first wife with your second wife and your second wife with your third wife and your third wife with both a corn star and a side chick, is that what makes a person amazing? Is that what makes a person amazing? I'm just curious. Is that what makes a person amazing?
We're gonna go that right.
If you name one more fucking Democrat that I don't give a shit about, I'm just gonna block you.
MLK cheated on his wife.
Okay.
Oh, but you don't care about that. MLK was also.
Am I up here talking about anybody being an amazing person?
MLK was also arrested like 30 times.
Yeah.
And why was that? Because he was a horrible person.
For protesting. For protesting against people like you.
He actually would have been against DEI.
No, he wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, he spoke specifically for having diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because when he went to go march and they unalived him, he was marching for white union workers.
To pick people based on the color.
He was going to march for white union workers when he was unalived. That's what he was there for when he was unalived. White union workers. That is why they killed him. You know, DEI. I'm still waiting on my example of DEI. Still waiting. Cool.
Hey, I just want to tell you, Ty's telling you the truth, man. You need to read a little bit more in life. Did you not know that files were
I need to read more.
Yeah, you do, because what he's telling you, he's
more.
actually telling you.
I need to read
he's
more.
He's actually speaking fact.
He hasn't said anything. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh my God, I could literally get online. I'm going to get online tomorrow and I'm going to go blah, 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 and then some dumbass be like, yup, facts. Facts.
Ignorant to actually.
Goddamn facts. You goddamn right. It's facts. You got to listen. Like, bro didn't say a fucking thing. I'm going to ask you, give me an example of DEI, Crypto King, or I'm gonna drop your ass too. Matter of fact, Ty, don't ever come back.
You're
you
a
fucking
freaking
idiot.
Clown, and your mommy didn't hold you enough. Something's wrong with your fucking little.
Aw, poop butt. Poop butt. The projection is wild. The projection is wild. Anywho. Imagine like being as old as you guys are and still being fucking losers, man. That shit's gotta be sad. Like your username is Real Crypto Kang, and I'm supposed to take you seriously? Like, give me a fucking break, man. Literally, give me a break. Embarrassing. Oh shoot. I've had some water today, guys. I'm good. I'm good to go. What's up, Simply Fabulous? How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What is wrong with these kids?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
I
You know
was
what I'm
still
saying?
waiting
Like
on him to give me.
fetal alcohol
No.
syndrome, maybe. Honestly, I
I
couldn't
was
tell
still
you.
trying to wait for the answer.
Oh, he was
And
never
you still
gonna.
never
Yeah,
got
he was
one.
never gonna. Yeah, he was never gonna answer that question. He doesn't know. It's just they just have a bunch of things that they were told to say, and then they repeat them. It's like a whole bunch of fucking parrots. Literally. So
I don't understand how they support him and he's so negative, and I don't understand.
white supremacy. That's it. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
The host is.
Hey, shut your mouth. Nobody asked you to speak. All right, thank you so much. If you unmute before I introduce you, I'm just gonna drop you. But thank you for coming up, Simply Fabulous. I appreciate you.
Thank you for killing them.
All right. Hey, CT Mar, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Jones?
Chilling, bro. What's good?
Hey, I just wanted to say, man, I've been listening to you for a long time. Thanks for having me up here.
Absolutely. What is it that you'd like to say?
I'll tell you something that was crazy for me is, everyone's talking about all this stuff that Doge is doing, and they're finding all this extra spending and fraud. Well, again, I've been waiting. I've asked everybody in all these lives. I'm like, can y'all send me some evidence? Finally, somebody goes, hey, go to whitehouse.gov and look, there's a waste section. So I did, right? I did just last night. And I kid you not, you could go look at this right now.
I've already looked at it. Breitbart, Daily Mail,
this
Daily Caller. I've already
blew
looked
my
at it.
mind.
It's a joke.
How is nobody talking about
Why
this?
aren't we investigating? Why haven't we done an audit on the contracts that Elon has with our government?
Yeah, and not only that, I kept going. I kid you not. I made the joke in a live last night. I was like, I wonder if you keep going down this list, if it finally links to True Social. And one of the links actually linked to True Social. That's their proof for overspending and fraud. Like, Could you imagine if this was on the other foot? This would
It's
be
a
all
whole
Fox
clown
News
show,
talked
bro.
about.
It's a whole clown show.
It's wild.
It's a whole clown
I don't know
show.
how people are this thick to this, man. But no, I love what you do, man. I listen to you. Like I said, I think you're doing a great job. Keep crushing these dudes.
I appreciate you, Frank. I appreciate you. Hey, Mar, can we clear out the requests? And guys, if you're not a Trump supporter, respectfully, I ask that you not send a request right now. I'll let friendlies up later. We're going to do a spin here in a minute, the one that we've been waiting to do. I'm texting Dan Trail to see if he can come by. I don't know if everybody's here. I know you guys know Leslie. Leslie, by default, won one. But yeah, I got to do a spin for the other people as well. But thank you for coming up, CT Mar. I do appreciate you.
Thanks, man. See you.
I have a good one. What's up, bro?
What's cracking?
I don't know. I don't really know what that means.
Well, Donald Trump is doing exactly what we voted for him to do. Exactly what we voted for him to do. Oh, man. Number one, making America great again, baby.
What's up?
What's up, man? Hopefully you have something more intelligent to say than that dumb shit. Please tell me.
I mean, usually I do, but your moderator keeps on muting me. Mar. So I just wanted to give her a message to stop muting me.
Javasia, thank you so much for the $10. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. So you came up here to cry?
No, I just was asking for her not to mute me when I didn't say anything that wasn't uncensored.
Yeah,
she mutes me every single time she sees me in a live for no reason.
I'm okay with that. I don't believe in free speech.
Oh, well, good thing you're not running the country.
Good thing.
Your daddy is, though.
So you didn't have anything intelligent to say?
I mean, I did, but if you want to be disrespectful, I can do that, too.
I was
disrespectful. Are you going to keep crying about it? Why are you crying about it? Keep crying.
Yeah,
keep crying. Keep crying.
Like, bro, you literally came up here to cry?
Cry about it.
Get the fuck up, cockroach. Go ahead and block me. I don't give a shit.
You came up here to cry?
Womp, womp, womp.
Litter.
Yeah.
You can't speak either, I guess.
It's okay. Field White. See you later, Field White.
Yep. Keep going with those speech impediments for the both of you.
See you later, Field White. I don't have a speech impediment.
Go spit it out.
I said I don't have a speech impediment, but all right, Field White. I'll see you. I'm a magician. Yo, he had dumb in his name. Like he already knew what time it was. Like he already knew he was dumb. So he made a username with it in the name. Like, good for you, bro. Good for you. At least you already knew. At least nobody had to tell you. At least nobody had to tell you. Self-awareness is key. I mean that. It is good to be self-aware. It is good to know who you are.
What?
Vivo, what's up? Yes, the Electoral College is certainly DEI for Republicans. Like, literally. But, I mean, it would be more like affirmative action. But, I mean, I guess you could consider it, you know what I'm saying, some form of DEI. But, yeah, without the Electoral College, like, they would literally never win anything. I guess it is what it is. Kenneth, what's going on, buddy? Kenneth Green. Kenneth. Hello. Bueller. All right. Well, I guess nobody's there. Yeah, so speaking of, didn't I just let you up a minute ago? TikToker, what's up?
You doing?
I'm doing okay. You have really bad reception, my guy.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's a little bit better. What's going on? How are you doing this weekend?
Hey, I just wanted to. Good. I just wanted to say, you know, they say about DEI. What the hell do they think Jared Kushner and Ivanka were? Did they get their jobs on merit when they were in the White House?
None of Trump's appointees have their jobs based on merit. Literally none of them. So, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, they hear a word.
Yeah, you know.
They hear a word on Fox or Truth Social or X or wherever, and then they just go and repeat the shit. It doesn't have to be based in anything.
Well, who makes this shit up, man? Like DEI. Who made up woke? Who made up DEI? Where's this shit coming from? Like,
it started from a guy.
I'm 60 years old. I never heard of this shit.
Christopher Rufo. Christopher Rufo is the person who started all of this.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just remarkable to me. They just make, like you said, they make up one word or whatever, and they just fly with that, and just whatever it means, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're freaking thick heads.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming up, TikToker. I appreciate you, friend.
You bet. You have a good one, man.
You too. Maga Meg, where you at? You're not loading. Or Mama Meg, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, anywho. So I was going to explain to you guys sorry, hold on a second. Explain to you guys the executive order that was signed on Friday. So I just want to read it to you really quickly. This shit is wild. Let me go to show your source so everybody can see it really quick. All right. So, y'all got to listen to this shit because this shit is fucking nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh, y'all already got them? Good. Addressing egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa. That's the name of the executive order. By the authority vested in me as the president of president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered as follows. Section 1, purpose. In shocking disregard of its citizens' rights, the Republic of South Africa recently enacted Expropriation Act 13 of 2024 to enable the government of South Africa to seize ethnic minorities, Afrikaners, those are the white people, agricultural property without compensation. This act follows countless government policies designed to dismantle equal opportunity in employment, education, and business, and hateful rhetoric and government actions fueling disproportionate violence against racially disfavored landowners. Are y'all hearing this so far? Are y'all hearing this? In addition, South Africa has taken aggressive positions towards the United States and its allies, including accusing Israel, not H group, of genocide in the International Court of Justice, and reinvigorating its relations with Iran to develop commercial, military, and nuclear arrangements. It's called Addressing Egregious Actions of the Republic of South Africa. That's what it's called. The United States cannot support the government of South Africa's commission of rights violations in its country or its undermining United States foreign policy, which poses national security threats to our nation, our allies, our African partners, and our interests. So much for America first, y'all. So much for... Fake liberal news. This is on the fucking White House government. This is on the White House. Oh, Jesus Christ. Here, I'll just put it up. Y'all, I swear, y'all got to be the dumbest motherfuckers alive. Here, I'll just put it on the screen so everybody can read along with me. I've mirrored the screen. This is whitehouse.gov. I'll move the sticker out of the way. So I just read section 1, purpose. This is the White House. Addressing egregious actions of the Republic of South Africa. Section 2, policy. It is the policy of the United States that as long as South Africa continues these unjust and immoral practices that harm our nation, the United States shall not provide aid or assistance to South Africa, and the United States shall promote the resettlement of Afrikaner refugees escaping government-sponsored race-based discrimination, including racially discriminatory property confiscation. This shit is fucking hilarious. Section 3, assistance. All executive departments and agencies, including the United States Agency for International Development, shall to the maximum extent allowed by law halt foreign aid or assistance delivered or provided to South Africa and shall promptly exercise all available authorities and discretion to halt such aid or assistance. The head of each agency may permit the provision of any such foreign aid or assistance that in the discretion of the relevant agency head is necessary or appropriate. Refugee resettlement and other humanitarian considerations. The Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security shall take appropriate steps consistent with law to prioritize humanitarian relief, including admission and resettlement through the United States Refugee Admission Program for Afrikaners in South Africa who are victims of unjust racial discrimination. Such plans shall be submitted to the President through the assistance of the President and Homeland Security Advisor. Like, this can't be fucking real. This can't be fucking real. This can't be real. Section 5. General provisions. Nothing in this order should be construed to impair or otherwise affect the authority granted by law to an executive department or agency or the head thereof, the functions of the Director of Office of Management and Budget relating to budgetary, administrative, or legislative proposals. This order shall be implemented consistent with applicable law and subject to the availability of appropriations. This order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive or procedural, enforceable at law or in equity by any party against the United States, its department, agencies, or entities, its officers, employees, or agents, or any other person. Yeah, so hold on. So we're advocating that South Africa participates in DEI whilst we eliminate DEI programs. Got it.
That's crazy.
Got it.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
You got a bad echo, bro. Like a really bad echo.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Scroll up and come back.
Roll up.
Oh, can you hear me out of the app.
Okay. Roll up.
Damn, Terry, you came right in with the chewing.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
I got a question.
What's that?
How can Donald Trump get away with revoking Biden's security clearance and Donald Trump, to me, he's like the biggest traitor in the world. Like, how he get away with this? I don't.
All of these things are going to be challenged in court. So there's over 20 plus lawsuits already filed. So most of this stuff is going to be challenged in court anyway. Jesus Christ, Terry. You got some terrible background noise, my guy. You got to get that fixed. Fugera, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. Just listening.
Okay.
Well, they said they want to get some South Africans here. Why not send them to DeSantis, Florida?
I don't want
to
no. I don't want
replace
them. Hey,
the
Misak, you still got
Cubans,
bad echo.
and the
Nah, bro,
Venezuelans.
I don't want them here. Nah, bro, I don't want them here.
No, it's just a joke. I don't want them here either. I'm just using it as a joke, like so the blancos, the so-called blancos, Latinos, can have their replacement of their own. Since they thought that it was only Haitian that's gonna get it,
Right.
I think they just got that wake up call from, who.
Yeah. Nah, Cubans are gonna get. There's Cubans getting deported
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, but
and good for them.
Yeah, but listen though, these white South African, even in the early '90s when Mandela took over, these white South Africans chose to leave. They went to Australia, New Zealand, but they came right back because they had to compete with other white people because they knew that now there's no more black people to
in South Africa,
second, on the lower level, so they have.
In South Africa, over 60% of the land is owned by
most
white people.
South Africa.
Yeah, over 60% of the land in South Africa is owned by
white
people.
Yeah, I know.
Most of the wealth in South Africa is owned by white people.
Yeah, and they're only 7% of the population.
Yep, six and some change.
I think they're 7 or 8%. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, all the land that you can use for agriculture, they own it, most of it. Yeah, that's what Malema been saying the whole time. But some of the black South Africans are even the problems themselves. They're so divided. It's crazy over there.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm from West Africa. I do know what's going on down there. That's why I never went to South Africa. My father almost had a job in South Africa. He was supposed to be transferred there back in the '90s. He said, "No, I'm not going over there." I said, "What?" He said, "And black folks over there hate
Americans and West Africans."
Man, it's not even. Nah, he said, "I'm staying here in West Africa. I'm not going there." It's even when we chose to come to the United States, he was like, "Okay, if that's America, they say friend blacks over there." Besides that, yeah, South Africa's a mess, big time. Yeah. They got their own issues there. The only person that I like there is Malema because he understands. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming up. I appreciate your input.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if Misak's figured out how to work this shit yet.
Hello, Mr. Jones. How are you?
Up? Hey, what's up? Hold on 1 second. Let me. Misak, you still got a echo, bro. Are you wearing like earbuds or Bluetooth headset or something?
I got my earbuds in now. I tried to close it out. I'll try it one more time.
Let me hold on. I think we're good now. I think we're good.
Cool.
Good. What's up, bro? Hey guys, hold on really quickly. Hey, we got like 700 people in here. Raise your hand if you like paid for a spot on the wheel when we were raising money for families. So I know whether it's cool for me to do the spin. So as soon as y'all let me know, I'll do the spin. Leslie, we got you. You're good already. Kristen, your name is on the wheel quite a few times. Martini's on there. Douglas, Sarah, Andrew, Kiki, Tia's on there multiple times. Adrian, Brenda, Kendra, Kevin, Kendra again.
Yeah, man. I was gonna just say, like, thank you for doing this and like keeping people informed. Mm-hmm. But I really like I would say, and all this mess that they're doing is a distraction, y'all. Like, and we have to fight for the future that we want. And like we need to have a vision after all this mess happens. Like of course we need to deal with this now.
We don't even know how we come out on the other side of this. So before we have a vision for what we're going to do after, we probably need to figure out how we stop it now. Leslie, you're good already. We got you. Leslie, just send me a text message and tell me what it is that you want.
I would say the vision, and it's something that is giving me hope because honestly, like I just seeing this mess every day is freaking me out. Is this idea of more democracy and the citizens' assemblies? Have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. And I think what citizens assemblies, what they are, is essentially at this point anybody can be in Congress. Anybody can be president at this point. So why not just fill up Congress, fill up our state houses with everyday citizens to have them be a part of the decision making process?
Before we can even consider that, first and foremost, everyday citizens need to start running, and we need to get money out of politics. I mean, so we can stop Citizens United. Like right now in New York and 2 districts in Florida, there's 3 House seats that are up for grabs. It's imperative that people on the left, secure those seats. Otherwise, it's a wrap. There's nothing standing between him and doing whatever the fuck he wants. But one thing I'd like to point out, and I keep pointing this out of the last 28 years, 24 of those years have been Republican-led houses. 24 of those have been Republican-led houses. In the 4 years that they were Democrat-led houses, we passed more legislation in those 4 years than they did in the other 24 combined.
Facts.
That's a scary ass thought.
It's a scary ass thought because they lazy. Like they don't. They're incompetent.
I wanted to get up here and
just
say that I was that's right. I just wanted to get up here and back up Mr. Jones, what he's saying about this whole white South African stuff. It's totally on point, and there's a lot of background for it. Like, dude, there's some people I track as far as that philosophy and its impact politically. Like Joel Pollack is a South African writer for Breitbart. Mm-hmm. He's totally on this disenfranchised white stuff. The narrative is old. It's been percolating for a while. There's been writing about it.
Yeah, since
this is not 2000s. New. Elon is a symptom. Yeah, he's a symptom. He's a figurehead and a spear point, but he's not an originator. And this stuff goes back to Gone with the Wind, too. Like the idea of the lost. I've seen this thing, and it can be quantized, of racist white Americans who have been conned and scammed by South Africans claiming to be attacked by black South Africans. And then they get thousands upon thousands of dollars from these white Americans. And they're on in videos saying, yeah, I've been caring for this. I'm not going to let these people suffer in South Africa. This G-side against the Afrikaners is wrong. I'm going to send them money. It turns out it's a scam. Mm-hmm. It's a complete and total scam all the way through. And that's what we're seeing right now with Elon. It's the same thing. It's a scam. It's a scam. And it's really hard to even just begin to, like, people saying, he's cutting costs. No, he's not. He doesn't care. This is not what he's doing.
Yeah, why isn't he audited SpaceX? Or any of the other government contracts that he has.
Or the DOD. I mean, just you're going after small potatoes that stood up against
the DOD that hasn't passed a audit in like nearly a decade.
Yeah, it's farcically bad. It is like so obviously false, and yet these people stand for it. And that dude Ty, that dude Ty had a mental disability. You were arguing with someone who could not hold a real conversation with you. You know that, right? That dude Ty was not on the level, man. He's somebody with problems, like real problems, like legit, like, oh shit, that's actually like probably pretty bad.
Yeah, I've seen him before, but he doesn't typically come on my platform. He typically goes on my partner's platform, on NORAD's platform, and they don't like him either.
Well, I don't think there was anything you could do. Like that's the thing is that moment where there's just nothing's gonna land when you're dealing with someone. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you're moving. And he can't engage. It's not possible.
No,
you know what I mean?
He just picked, thank you, Leslie. No, he just picked, a different topic. Like when I shut him down on one topic, he just moved to something else. He said, what about Biden, though?
Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome. Somebody sent me $5 to do that. You're welcome, Tracy. Oh, man.
But you're absolutely right about the white grievance politics gaining momentum and being supported by the White House. Like, I'm stunned. The thing about it is, like,
why are we shocked?
Because you think you can see it. You think you can see it, and then all of a sudden it just creeps up like a whole new infection. Like how? Like just it mutates and repositions itself to a fulcrum point of power.
Peter,
and you're like, how the fuck?
Can I explain something to you really quickly?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
White people make up a little over 6% of the global population.
Right.
The rest of the POC population across the globe just realized that in the last 8 to 10 years. They just figured that out.
Oh my
And
God.
so,
I know.
And so if you can have America, right, being the bastion of white supremacy, being the quote unquote figurehead of these white grievances and strengthening, white power, because that's literally what
If
they're
I could
attempting
have
to do.
just kept one of them, we were so happy.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah,
that's what the problem is. White people are like, oh shit, like we might not be able to hold on to this idea that, we are the center of the universe for very much longer.
The framework of the again also bothers me because the Lost Plantation, as well as the Lost Johannesburg, are like two resonant echoes of this grievance politic. It's like I know South African white people. I'm like I have connections to the Netherlands. Exactly. And you hear some of these older dudes talk about how they missed Johannesburg during apartheid. And that bothers me. Like when I hear these guys, they're like, oh, it was so nice. Like, what are you talking about? It's the same reaction I have when I hear the song, like, if heaven's not like Dixie, I don't want to go. It's like, if Dixie has slaves, if heaven has slaves, I don't want to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's the same kind of aching or pining for the lost plantation, the old America, the old South Africa, that again part of the MAGA. Mm-hmm. There's something there to that, which is just, and you're right. I mean, you're just right. All I'm doing is like adding frame here. It's so weird.
Yeah. Here, the problem is, right, is that via the vehicle of white supremacy and these white supremacist ideologies, they've made other, minority communities despise each other. At people in Africa, they've taught people in Africa, not to like black people in the United States, like American black people. They say that, oh, they're lazy and they're gangbangers and they deal narcotics and so on and so forth. And then they have Central and South Americans who come here with literally nothing. And even though they're undocumented immigrants, they still teach them to look down their nose at black people.
Oh, yeah.
They still teach them that black people are the bad guy. My very first apartment that I ever got, like when I couldn't live on campus anymore and I was in college, the property manager was a woman from Panama. And she wasn't much older than me. I was probably like 19 at the time. And I think they were like 23 or 24.
Right.
And they were dark, dark-skinned Afro-Latin
woman.
Yeah, Afro-Latin woman.
Right.
And she told me she didn't like black people.
Right.
And I was so confused. I'm like, what do you... Like, you're black. And she said, no, I'm not. I'm from Panama.
I know when I worked in public housing in the Bronx, in the family processing shelter, there were three caseworkers, right? One was a dude from Nigeria, one was a lady from Haiti, and the other was a dude from India, right? And the dude from Nigeria was like a heavy Reaganite. And it was wild to hear him talk, because he'd be like, these entitled American blacks, I had to dig a hole to take a shit. And they come here, and he would just go off for like hours, like when we closed the doors. And then the Haitian lady who had the booth across from him hated his fucking guts. And I could see her just twisting her pencil in her hand while he would rant. And I could tell she just wanted to stand up and stab him in the neck. But like, but he would go off for like an hour. And he's the super conservative. He hated American blacks, African black. He had to like live through really rough times. But she would never say anything, but you could tell she disagreed with him completely. Right. And then the dude from India would just be like, they're just going at each other. There's no reason to like even react to it. Don't get too involved. But so like I hear what you're talking about, and that separation is it's a weird thing because it becomes like someone becomes an active figurehead of a force that acts upon another people in a negative way. Yeah. And you watch it happening, and you're like, wait, no, this is someone's being used as a cudgel now. Right. Someone's being used as a weapon.
Yeah, I mean, like, I keep hearing this America first. I think that granting refugee status to South Africans or Afrikaners, I should say, is absolutely batshit crazy. And then in addition to that, talking about turning Gaza into, Middle Eastern, what do you call it? Riviera. Like, you guys can't be on the both sides of every argument. You just can't.
It's neo-imperial.
Oh, absolutely.
It's America only.
Yeah.
It's America only. It's not America first. It's America only, and it's neo-imperialism, and it's bald-faced. It's like from the top rope, shirtless, greased up, screaming and farting at the same time. Like the whole thing, like it's just it's obnoxious, and it's gonna fail. It's gonna fall apart because we still live in a sphere in a vacuum with other people. The whole framework is flawed. It's like just this big fucking mistake, and it's unbelievable to watch take form and like get backing. Like somehow people just don't see through it immediately. I don't understand them. Like this is evil. Like this is shit.
Right. When are we going to take down this? Hold on one second, Adrian. Hold on one second, Adrian. Hold on one second, Adrian. I'll get to you in just a minute because Jacques was here before you. Hey, Jacques, did you have something that you wanted to add to the conversation? Jacques Rogue. You're muted, by the way. Hey, guys, keep tapping the screen. Like we should be over 100K likes by now. We've been on for like an hour. We should be well over 100K likes. And I don't want to go to sub only. So please, please, please tap that screen, be an active participant. Also, there's 638 people in here. And so we only have 465 in our goal. We should be able to easily meet that. If just, everybody sent $1. Everybody sent $1. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all in the link tree. If you're enjoying the edutainment here. I wanted to spin the wheel today. Hey guys, listen, I don't know how you guys want to do it, but you know that we have our Black History Month limited edition hoodie sets. There's only 5 of each one. I don't know how you guys want to do it, but we can do 10 tickets at like $125, or we can do 5 at $250. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think is the best way to do this. The best way to get rid to do our limited edition hoodie sets. They're numbered 1 through 5, and they come with a print of the actual images. So you get a canvas print of the actual images on both of the hoodies. So you get the hoodie set in whatever size you want, and you get the print that goes with it. Anywho, I guess Jacques is not here. There's no 0-0. There's 1 through 5. A print of the images that are on there. Adrian, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I was just going to ask what the topic of contention was, because I know you added me and Pierre was discussing about something, but I don't know what the topic is. I'd love to talk about something that interests everyone. Yeah. Or I got, put in, but I'd like to also talk about what the topic is. I just don't know. I'm not aware of it yet.
Well, I'm going off of the white grievance politics that has been simmering in American and South African thinking for at least 100 years easily, since Reconstruction and since post-apartheid, and how they're resonant in what we're looking at and how those go hand in hand to create a reality that is outright fucking dangerous. And just discussing that, like pointing it out, showing where it is. And that's basically my part here right now. I heard Mr. Jones saying it, and it's like, yes, this is true.
Are we attributing to this to a certain policy or to a certain administration or?
Well, no, this philosophy of the lost plantation or the lost value, this resonates numerous times in racialized slavery and colonialism in history. Haiti being an example of the debt owed to France over the lost revenues. Same thing here with the recent White House statement about the grievance and refugee status for white South Africans, Afrikaners, Dutch Boers. They want an Orange Free State. They want to be recognized as an ethnic identity, and they want an autonomous state within it called the Orange Free State. This is resonant with a number of other structures, but this is an old narrative, and it has violent history. And I'm just looking at the fact of this being real in both the sense of Gone with the Wind and its history of the lost plantation, and now with the land problems of South Africa being addressed by the White House and Elon Musk calling for what he's calling for, because this has been a scam. Like we have documentation of white South Africans scamming white Americans over fake abuse against them as ethnic white South Africans to the tune of thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's a scam.
Yeah, no, I agree. I the situation in South Africa between the ethnicities and the demographics there is actually still very problematic, even though it doesn't scrape the media agenda as much as it should. But that's not the only place where this issue is really occurring. If anywhere, it's occurring everywhere. A lot of these ethnic minorities, or I mean, certain ethnic demographics are experiencing certain sort of disproportionate prejudices and marginalization, and that's just one example.
Afrikaners are an example of a disproportionately targeted ethnic minority.
No. I'm saying in general, like this problem exists all over the world. Even in the United States. I mean, even in very well developed, countries as well. It's just an omnipotent problem.
I understand what you're saying, but what minority here in the Afrikaner situation of South Africa, the white Afrikaners, the Boers, are claiming to be the abused minority. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell without reading the precedent, but I know
Okay,
in terms
got
of
it.
the apartheid, yeah, that was a seriously messed up thing. And to be honest, from my past knowledge, I wouldn't necessarily consider the Caucasian population of South Africa to be a minority.
Hold on.
Well,
Really,
they are a
really quickly.
minority.
Hold on 1 second, Pierre. Hey, bro, do you know what omnipotent means? Okay.
Adrian, what does omnipotent mean?
It's okay. No big deal. Bro, just don't
Yeah,
use
what's up?
just don't let's try not to use words that we don't know what they mean.
Okay,
You meant
yeah, no problem.
omnipresent.
Yeah,
You meant omnipresent. Omnipotent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
omnipotent means all knowing.
I may have said the wrong word. I meant to say omnipresent.
Got it.
Omnipotent means something else. You have
But
to
that
like
still doesn't
have
clarify
knowledge.
your stance at all. In fact, it makes it worse because we're
It
not
means
sure if
all
you support the
powerful.
white
Yeah,
South
it means
Africans
like
in their
having
grievance.
all
Do you
power.
support the white South Africans in their grievance?
I don't think they're the minority. I
Do you
don't think
support the
they're.
white South Africans in their claim of
I
grievance?
don't know what they're. To be honest, I'm not well informed about that
So you were
situation at
speaking in
all.
general sweep. You were speaking in sweeping generalities about racial tensions in countries with assumption of power or understanding, without knowing any of the specifics here, or even knowing a stance. Is that right?
But that's the thing. I want some clarification, like before making like entering this argument any further. I
Bro,
I
you want me
need
to
some
like
clarification.
email you a study guide?
Honestly, that would be fine.
Oh Jesus! So just come in and argue with the teacher and make sure that you have to be educated. Let us make your argument for you. Okay, they are a minority. Like the majority of South Africa is black.
Okay. And then according to what statistics do we have
6%
to
of the
to know from?
population. 6.78% of the population is white.
Okay, So what percentage of the demographic is?
White.
6% is white.
Correct.
Okay, and the
Almost
rest?
7 black or colored is
Okay.
what they call black or
Okay.
colored. Colored meaning
Okay,
Can you
multiple.
and
name
that's
any
it.
tribe in South Africa?
Huh?
Can you name me 2 tribes in South Africa?
Um, I wouldn't be able to go. I'm not that educated about the tribes.
The vast
I
majority of the
know
people there are Bantu.
Bantu.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the Ndebele have a beautiful art, and they're the cousins of the Zulu. They were held in different housing.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. There's a lot to look at here. This is
Okay, so someone is
okay.
saying about 5 million white and there are 60 million people in the population. Okay, yeah, of course. That rounds about to 5, 6, 7%.
No one's lying to you. It's not
No,
a
I'm
gotcha.
not saying you guys are. I just need some more information about this. I know it generally in the general geopolitics of South Africa and sub-Saharan Africa, but I don't know enough in terms of domestic politics like that.
So what was apartheid?
It was like a racial the segregation, no? Because it was the oppression of similar to what was happening to our civil rights movement here in like segregation problem
Same
in the
thing that's
United
happening to
States.
Gaza right now.
Yeah, it's essentially another genocide that wasn't completely solved.
Apartheid is not necessarily a genocide, but you're not wrong. I just think you're mixing up terms a little quickly. I'd like to stick to apartheid right now.
Hold on one second.
Okay. Shanty towns. We're talking about severe isolation abuses, concentration camps, a derivative of concentration camps for apartheid South Africa. I find it hard to believe anyone could think that the post-apartheid whites are the ones who are being abused fundamentally. Yeah. It blows my mind. Like I don't know how this can become 9 million.
Make up about 9 to 10 million people in South Africa. The Soto, the Swana, the Hosa are the other ethnic groups. Nearly all of the remainder are European or mixed or South Asian descent. South Asian predominantly being Indian.
Yeah. I was listening to Liberation Cha-Cha recently. Mm-hmm. It's the Congo. That's Lumumba's story. That's the other Pan-African side. That's connected. That's a terrible fucking story. Yeah, that's some weird things in motion. But yeah, this philosophy of white grievance has taken hold, and it's Elon is pushing it.
There's 300,000 Chinese South Africans.
So what would be a way to combat that? Sorry, I've been quiet. I've just been listening.
No, go ahead.
No, go on.
I was just asking you, Pierre, like, what do y'all think like is a way to combat this narrative? Because it seems like, I mean, there's an executive order about it. So what do we do to combat it?
Right. There's so many. It's tough. That's wild. It is wild.
Summer,
right now, I'm watching the just the way it's forming itself right now. Like know thy enemy type stuff is what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Seeing who's posting what, how they're justifying it to themselves as a legitimate cause, because that's the whole secret. They turn it around where they believe they really do believe they're the victim, even when they're scamming. They think that they deserve the scam. Like when I see this white dude from America talk about how he's helping protect the G side of Afrikaners, he means it, right? And the people who have conned him mean it enough to get him to mean it. So you wonder when Elon talks about how he needs to have kids and that the world needs people, he believes on some level he's doing a fundamentally good thing, and being aware of that. I don't know. I don't have the answer for how to fight it off yet, but I do know it's real and it's dangerous. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I'm watching it because
Jen said, what demographic makes up the majority of the wealth in South Africa? I would say more than 70% of the wealth in South Africa is held by white people. And more than 60% of the land is held by white people.
Yep, that's right. So,
yeah. But here's the issue, though. There's many government officials within South Africa that are, in fact, black, that take bribes and take large sums of money to do the bidding of white people.
Yeah. And that's why I'm watching this dude, Joel Pollack. There's this weird crossover. Joel Pollack was a formerly left-leaning South African Jewish lawyer who, after some events and experiences of what would be, I guess, the oppression of Afrikaners in South Africa, went towards apartheid. And he supports Israel very loudly, and he writes for Breitbart. That's someone I'm tracking and watching because he's a pro-Israel, covertly pro-apartheid. And the logics under how he frames it are dangerous because they're very cutthroat, and at a legal level they're effective, which is I'm watching him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? USAID was investigating Elon, so that's one of the main reasons that there's been this attack on that division of our government. But in addition to that, USAID provided a large sums of money to South Africa post-apartheid to build schools and in order to build health clinics and things of that nature to stave off pandemics and epidemics in the nation. And so this is a personal grievance for Elon, because had we not provided so much aid and assistance to South Africa post-apartheid, they wouldn't, be in the position that they are in now. Not saying that it's great, but it's substantially better than it once was, because of American aid.
Absolutely agreed. That it's this like, I don't know, the power. I'm really concerned about corporate identity having sovereign power. I'm really concerned about SpaceX, and that's what I'm watching for. When does Amazon get a parcel of land that it can levy taxes on in a private army? When does SpaceX, when does Tesla have like a private security force that is above public eye and examination? When does that happen? There's a line there, and it's not far. They're on their way to that. You there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, and for me, it's like hearing and seeing all these things is like, how do you? It's just like the only thing I can really think of is just to, like, in light of all this, like, and maybe it's just me being the eternal optimist, is like, where do we focus our energy to one, combat this stuff, but then to also provide an alternative vision or an alternative future? Because we've analyzed the problem, but how do we what vision? Because right now people are running around scared, prices are high, but what alternative do we offer them?
Right. Start building community within community. I talk about dual power all the time. The best. No, I'm not actually in South Africa, guys. It's a joke. The best idea for people is, again, start building cooperatives within your community. I don't care if you live in an apartment building. Go around, start knocking on the door to the local, to everybody who lives in the apartment building, and start building cooperatives. Hey, listen, if all of us collectively, work together, we can make sure that we are taken care of here just in this apartment building by the people that own the building. Hey, if we all collectively agree that we're not going to pay our rent until XYZ is fixed, they can't evict you all. Like, we have to start building power within the power structures, starting at, from right where you live. So if all of you live in a neighborhood, everybody, pick a thing that they're going to grow in the neighborhood, and you grow that specific thing.
Yeah, it's for me, I'm really involved locally. There's this thing going on in Holy Cross about the Alebo Street Wharf, which is basically a lease to own wharf by the New Orleans port. And it's weird when you look into it, because it's going to be leased to a Saskatchewan company. And the problem is that it has really bad. I'm an over-the-road trucker normally, and I've delivered to this wharf. It's a very slow wharf, so it's a low tonnage wharf, but it's owned by the New Orleans port. So they've contracted with a Saskatchewan company to ship Turkish walnuts. It's this very weird, and what they're doing
Turkish
walnuts? To do it, they have to put in Turkish walnuts, dude. Like, fucking the weirdest shit. And some of it's illegal, like the stuff from
Big
Georgia,
W,
because
Leslie,
of the
$50. Thank you, Leslie.
Like, but so they know that they can't ship it through the trucks fast enough, so they have to redo the train lines. But they didn't tell anybody in the neighborhood that they were going to do that. So now they've ripped up all these streets, and people's houses, like the foundations of their houses, are just getting fucking shattered because everything's shaking.
Swampland.
Yeah, so, but this is the kind of thing we're talking about, and the whole reason is ownership. Because the New Orleans port owns the wharf, they can do whatever the fuck they want. They could say, I want to lease it, I don't want to lease it, I want a semi-private lease, I want this company to have full access, no one else can have any access, it's 100% private now. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Right. So they didn't tell anybody. They didn't tell the motherfucker. They just left it like, hey, should we show all these machines start showing up, people's houses start shaking, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's the gameplay around scheduling the city council meetings. They always schedule at a time when everybody else got to be doing something. So then they're like, oh, well, I'd like to come and express my grievance over the fact that you're shattering the foundation of my house. Oh, I can't because it's like at 12:30 on a Wednesday. So like this shit is so mind-bogglingly insane. Ugh.
But here's the thing, though. People don't vote in their local elections. A lot of these local elections, people go, unopposed. And they just keep sitting in these seats over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, this one's got some motion. That's why I was asking somebody else about Mr. Oliver, whatever his name is, representative for New Orleans East. It's funny. It's corrupt. There's a lot of corruption and hand greasing also everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just to echo you, paying attention to the local scenario that helps or harms people and how a corporate identity through ownership can just devastate a housing arrangement just for their own profit. It's very obvious. It's happening right now. Alamo Street Wharf, Holy Cross, New Orleans. There's news about it. There's been some protests. Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's tough, man.
I bet it is. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, Mishak, like that's what we have to do. We have to start focusing on one, dual power structures, and two, our local government, our city council, our zoning commissions, I don't care if you have to vote for the fucking dog catcher, vote for the dog catcher. But we need to start paying attention to what is going on, right in our own backyard. And if we want to see something other than this two-party system, then we have to start getting people in these offices, starting at the city level, the local municipality level. We need to start getting people into offices that have progressive thoughts, values, and so on and so forth, and work from the ground up. The Republican Party didn't do this shit overnight. The Heritage Foundation didn't do this shit overnight. They've been working on this plan for 50 fucking years. Literally.
Yeah.
Facts. And I mean, and they're bearing the fruits of it because we've all been, we've been asleep at the wheel. And that's so go, Pierre.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I can be quiet.
No. Keep going.
The Democratic Party is legitimately sitting on their hands because they want to do respectability politics, and fuck that shit. Like, if they want to drag, America down, then let's take them to hell.
And there's the voting structure here in New Orleans. It feels like a lot of the organization happens through churches. Like a lot of the voting places, like my voting places around here are churches, and there seems to be like. There's different circles of people moving, and I think there needs to be more cooperation and unity. There's this kind of like the LGBTQ doesn't feel so comfortable going to vote in a church.
Right.
That I noticed that, and that was tough. Like, because I was looking at I'm looking at the different polling places, and I'm seeing who's going in and out, and I'm like, these people are nervous.
It's the same way in Florida. Like a lot of the polling stations are in churches. Yeah, my polling place was in a church, but I voted early, so I voted at the local library. But yeah, tons.
And that works as well. It does create this situation where some of the LGBTQ voters that I know in my area, because of whatever, were like nervous. I do know that they were like, I don't want to go over there, like whatever. Right. And it's like, right, things like that are tough to navigate in different formal environment. Yeah, that's it. No, I don't really have much more to say than that. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
And this is what I was talking to you about earlier, was that like this democracy that we live in, and you know this to be true too. This ain't a democracy, man. It's never been a democracy, and we have to move past just voting, like you just said. We have to build community, and to be honest, we have to move past just voting, but actual power within the structure itself. And that's why I wanted to talk about the idea of citizens' assemblies, because I don't even know if that's even a part of the conversation that's been going on. Because I've seen these citizens' assemblies as a way to actually inject true democracy into these spaces where essentially basically it's like a jury gets put together on a particular topic, and the people, regular people, are solving an issue. And I really do think something like that
But that's
at a
how all
local
of our
level.
issues should be solved. And that's what I was trying to talk about, these
Yes,
dual power structures. Hey, listen, let's come together outside of the established government, and let's figure out how we address an issue within our community.
exactly. And I think that's the one thing I would say, you know, to for me to just hop out is just get together, man. Like all of us that are on this live, like find the organization that you align with and get out there. Like we have to, like this revolution is not going to be on TikTok. It's going to be out there in them streets, and we got to be out there irregardless, and we have to lay it on the line. We're gonna have to lay it out on the line. Like and whatever that looks like for you, figure that out. But we got to do it, because otherwise we're not going to have anything.
Marching in the street ain't gonna get it done anymore, y'all.
No,
It's not.
Nobody cares.
They don't care about the
body
body
anymore.
They don't care about the displays of the body. They live in the abstract. AstroTurf won. You can show up with as many million people to just say, hey, we don't care, we're out of the way. Do what you got to do over there. Scream your head off. We're not going near you.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, the vast majority of street protests have, you know what I'm saying, become violent and turned into a loss of life. And that's not doing anybody any good. And so, like I said, we need to focus on how do we affect the power structure, from a monetary position, from, hey, listen, I get it. You guys are not going to provide any solutions. We'll put together solutions ourselves. And when people like outside of whatever community you build, realize that you can operate without them, they'll start making changes.
Yeah. Life is like that. The physical real has a hit too.
Yep, their money is the only thing they care about. So like I said, you guys need to stop. You guys need to start building cooperatives. Literally. Hey, look, you got X amount of space in your backyard, you can grow this. You got X amount of space in your backyard, you can grow this. And if you guys have the opportunity to do so, collectively go and buy a piece of land where you guys all farm it. Put some chickens on there. Do you know how many like eggs a chicken can lay, in a week?
I'm going to go visit a friend's farm this coming month. He's been doing it for about 6 years. He's got something in South Carolina. Yeah, that's going to be good. I have to catch up with him.
A healthy hen typically lays one egg every 24 to 26 hours. So that's if your HOA doesn't allow it, that's fine. Again, you know what I'm saying? Get a small piece of land not far from where your HOA is, and then get everybody in the HOA to help farm that land, so to speak. It doesn't even have to be a big plot of land. Doesn't even have to be big. Zoning makes that hard to do in Cali. Yeah, and that's a fact, and I agree with that. What you can do, even in California, like I said, you can grow right inside of your house, small things. You can put a pot on your back porch or your front porch and grow tomatoes, peppers, onions can literally grow damn near anywhere. You can stockpile hydroponics. You can stockpile rice and freeze it. Yes, green onions are a great pest deterrent. That's a fact. So, I mean, there are things that you can do. Summer, depending on your weather. I don't know, man. Things are not looking great. Yeah, so is garlic. Yeah, I agree. Things aren't looking great. And so, like I said, we have to start doing something different. We have to start doing something different. Ain't nothing worse than a dummy. Oh, man. Also, I would encourage people to start reading, you know what I'm saying, like about other revolutionary movements. Just so you have an idea of what they look like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I read The Rise and Fall of the Confederate Government. That was actually remarkably enlightening. It really, because technically, it's such a weird point of view. Jefferson Davis's stance on how the rise and fall of the Confederate, like the clothing, the funding, everything about it, just so bizarre.
Right.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. He made some really weird arguments. Like he makes one really bizarre point, which in the history of the world is interesting. Georgia, I say this a lot, has eliminated slavery in 1735 for 15 years until it was in a response to the fact that Florida was controlled by Spain and they didn't want emancipated slaves running away to join another country or something. And so the reason was reinstituted though was purely profit.
Right.
It was purely profit. Like is it Albemarle? Yeah. His law, Oglethorpe's law. Oglethorpe had to reinstitute slavery by petition by the malcontents to the king, the people who were the planters, who were saying, we're not turning enough profit. We need our workers back. And so it's just and he put that in there. And it's such a convoluted spin on a guilt trip that Jefferson Davis was trying to spare himself. It was so weird to read. Whatever.
Yeah, if we were really analyzing what's going on currently, there's going to be a great need for laborers. Right now, like 40% of California farms or California growers have their crops literally dying in the field. Do you think that that's not going to have, you know what I'm saying, an immediate impact on the economy and grocery prices and things of that nature? Who do you think that they're going to put in place of the migrant workers?
Oh, God. Here we go. It's either abject failure or reinstituted slavery.
It's going to be prison labor.
Yep.
In order to feed these institutions, these prisons, who do you think they're going to put in there?
Oh,
there's going to be debtors prison. There's going to be debtors prison yet again. So when Donald Trump talks about locking up unhoused people, and if they want to be rehabilitated, where do you think they're going to be? Where do you think the people already in prison are going to be? Where do you think that, do you think that they're just going to, stop? Why do you think he wants to give police immunity?
Oh, so they can pure violence.
And if you try to fight back, now they have a reason to imprison you.
Right. Well, the illegality of the alien status, that is going to be one of the things that they can turn them into slaves for. This is what Kavanaugh did when he refused to let immigrant labor unionize in slave labor status slaughterhouse. What you're saying, it's going to be slave labor. Yeah, it's also going to be the immigrants they caught, because those people will now be criminals. They're going to run that game twice over. It's not going to stop at one. It's going to go two. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they're going to stop at like, okay, now we deport. I think no, we're going to imprison, get to labor, and add two. That's the math I see happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it's disgusting, but it's totally en route. It's fucking, I can't fucking, Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the other thing. Cutting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid benefits, so on and so forth. Like, these elderly people who are living on a fixed income already are going to be forced to go back to work, and they're going to go back to work to make whatever pennies they can.
Right. I'm struggling with cancer.
You have cancer?
I have cancer. I have cancer. Yeah, I have a GBM. I have a glioblastoma. I have brain cancer.
Oh,
So that whole that whole NIH thing is real as shit to me. I'm clinical trial. Like when I hear this, like half the people around me are over 55 easily. This is ridiculous. There's the efficiency argument eventually lands in this place where everyone's a useless feeder if they can't contribute, and that's what we're looking at. It's pure inhumanity on that level. I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry. I'm getting too loud.
No, you're fine. I mean, I said this earlier, like before. Thank you, Adele. I appreciate you. Before we people sold their ethnic identity for the idea of whiteness because they knew it gave them social status, and now people sold their humanity to keep that original selling of their ethnicity in place. Now they've sold their humanity. They're like, you know what? I don't need to be humane any longer. I need to protect my social status.
Yep. It's wild.
I need to protect this structure, you know what I'm saying, that places me, even though I'm poor.
Even though I'm poor.
No, but seriously though, even though I'm poor,
yeah.
Even though I really don't have anything, I have the fact that I'm white. If I don't have shit else, I have the fact that I'm white.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh. It's gonna collapse on itself. It's the thing about this, like, and it's also the 14th Amendment, like this attack on the 14th Amendment. The whole framework adds up to this like regression to. There's a reason why the 14th Amendment works, and it has nothing to do with idealism or ideology. It has to do with pragmatism and human functioning and decency. And it's like, to attack it is just silly. It was a very hard lesson that we learned why it's good to adjust a country by where people are born rather than who they are born to. There's a big reason for that. It's not stupid. Right. To attack it is just to invite all sorts of conflict and violence and stupidity.
Absolutely. Wonder Woman, what's going on, friend? How are you?
Afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
I can. Thank you so much.
Okay. No, thank you for letting me up. How's everyone this afternoon? I don't know the people above me, so I'm Wonder Woman. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
What I was going to say real fast is I was at what would you call it? Like a rehabilitation center for your mental health for a couple weeks. And in there, I found that people were, as we know, did not have food. And so I went over to the Sugar Creek. It used to be Chagall Creek in Charlotte, which it was indigenous land. Mm-hmm. But what they have there is they have a community garden. So I just went over there to their garden since I don't have land and I can't have chickens yet. I went to their garden and said, look, can I volunteer in your garden? Because for one, I'm going to learn, how to garden better. And then anyone in the community can come and just take that food. It's community food. It's like you're talking about. It's a community garden.
I'm building one as well. And like the local school designated a portion of the property on the school grounds.
Wow.
And said that you can build your community garden here. And the vast majority of the people that live in that neighborhood don't have, easy or immediate access to fresh fruits and vegetables or anything of the like. So I said, don't worry about it. We'll just grow it.
And it makes so much because what I ended up doing is I helped them a little bit and then it became winter. But there was so much lettuce. I just kept taking lettuce and making salads for the people that were struggling, having food. What is it? Food insecurity?
Yeah.
And so not only did I get to volunteer there and help grow it, then they let me take it and feed people that didn't have food. Like exactly what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. They've got it figured out in Charlotte. I just don't have land yet. But I will ask people around, if they have a little spot of land.
Go to the local school and ask them.
Okay. I love that.
That's an old answer. We have community gardens all around here.
Go to the city council meetings. Ask them if you can do it. Sorry. Ask them if you can do it on, like the local parks and rec services. They have a bunch of land most of the times, you know what I'm saying, like at the parks that isn't being utilized for anything.
That's what this is. It's a recreation center. I was gonna write that down. Okay. But start at like the city council and talk to them about it first. And then branch out to the schools and the local
I asked the schools
recreation
first.
centers.
I asked the principal first.
Okay.
And I said, hey, I told them straight up, it's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. How could they be mad at you for, you know what I'm saying, growing food, teaching, and you can sell it to them as, hey, we're going to teach the kids how to, you know what I'm saying, to grow fruits and vegetables and so on and so forth.
That's the first thing. Yeah, that's the first thing I thought when you said that. I was like, that's genius. You're teaching the children how to build community and they within the school. Like, that's huge, Jones. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Sorry I'm out of breath. I'm kitty sitting. I don't know how a cat can make me tired, but but I just wanted to mention that. I'm not going to stay up, but I appreciate everything you're doing. I'm going to keep just getting ideas.
That's why myself and No Rats have these daily goals every day, because it allows us to, you know what I'm saying, go into the community and you know, create these programs. And once we're well established, we just got our 501c3 here in Florida. Now we're waiting for our federal 501c3 paperwork to come through, which should be like, you know, sometime in the very near future. But like once we're able to establish it here, we're not just going to stop here. We're going to take it to the next city and the next city and the next city.
Exactly what you wanted to do. You're doing it. You're doing it.
That part.
And also I don't know the information. I'll get it and come back, but you probably know it. There's a special election in Florida.
Yeah, there's 2 seats up, the 1st district and 6th district. And then in New York there's also 1. So there's 3 up for election. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hello. Sorry about that. That was No Rads.
Okay. You were saying about Florida?
Oh yeah, so the 1st and 6th districts, and like I said, then there's 1 in New York.
Yes.
But yeah, we absolutely need those seats. Those seats are imperative, you know, to regain control. But I don't know.
What hear me out on the app said was, right now they're just trying to petition for voter registration, and then they'll go to postcards, and then they'll go to text and emails and calls. Then we can, you know, do that. So I've ordered my postcards. So she said right now the most important thing is getting everyone registered.
Right. People don't. Yeah. The sad thing is though, is people don't even read, like trying to use snail mail, trying to use like the U.S. Postal Service and send out like flyers and postcards. People don't read that shit. Not even the boomers and the you know, even older than them, the silent, they don't even look at that shit anymore. It just ends up being in people's trash. We need to be boots on the ground. People need to be knocking doors. People need to be, you know, going
in that district.
Yes, in that district. Need to be speaking to the people directly. Yes.
Hey, you're talking about the shit going on in South Africa right now.
What? Hold on, bro. Like, how do you just start talking in the middle of people's sentences?
I don't know. I got invited up. I figured I'd start talking.
Is that something you normally do?
Yeah.
You just start talking. You just walk up to people and start talking while they're talking.
Dude, you are in a bad mood today. Here, I'll just step down.
I'm just asking questions. Okay.
You were that pissed today.
All right, cool.
Don't be triggered.
Yeah. You tried it, though. Go argue with your mom. Like, if you don't have any type of respect or home training, if you have no type of respect or home training, I have no interest in having a conversation with you.
They are just a chaos agent. He just came in and completely derailed what you were talking
Right.
about, which was important. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay, because I
I
know it's April. I think.
hey, do you have any Pierre? Do you have any interest in talking to Monopoly?
Not particularly. I've said what I've had to say. I wanted to get up here and just back it up, put some meat on the bone. Other than that, I'm done. You know, I like. I think you. I'm
Nappy
just.
headed hoes.
Yeah, I'm not interested in stuff like that.
Right.
Like, I don't want to play that game. Like, that's not worth it for me right now. All right.
Well, I blocked him, so now he can
I'm
never
out.
come back. All right, man. Have a good one. I appreciate you, Fred.
Yeah. Well, you too.
All right. Hey, listen. This ain't like it used to be. I have been going on a blocking spree. I'm talking about I've been blocking people left, right, upside down, inside out, like blocking people for fun, for funsies. I'm not interested in, you know what I'm saying, like playing around with other people's dusty ass children anymore. I fucking don't care. I don't care. I'm about educating and building. Yeah, I've been blocking people by the dozens every day. Like, not muting them anymore, just fucking blocking them. Like, those that
Like
should have been
self-care
dropped
to
in a
me.
sock, I don't got time to talk to you.
Yeah, that sounds like self-care to me.
It absolutely is. Even people that were mutuals of mine, I've been blocking them just because I don't like the people that they have on their platform. So, you know what I'm saying? There's no, I don't need to, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to see your lives. You have my phone number. You got something to say to me, you can call me.
I used to. I've texted you and I haven't got a text back, so it might have changed.
You're full of it.
Or you might just be busy.
I don't know if you have my, one of my numbers I turned off and gave to my, and I changed the number and gave it to my daughter. So that might be true. Just DM me. I'll send you my phone number.
Okay.
I'll make sure you have.
Well, I'll drop down and let you run your live. And I just came. That was two people that came in to disrupt within 5 minutes of each other.
Oh, I know. No, they travel in packs. Like, don't you already know this? Haven't you seen the president and his cabinet? They travel in swarms, droves. I don't know what the fuck you would call them, but it's a bunch of.
He said he'd have. Yep. He said he would have 5,000. He told us over and over again he would have 5,000 loyalists, you know, just lined up waiting to go in, and he did it.
Hordes. Yeah, that's a good name for
hordes.
Them. They travel in hordes.
Herds of bigots.
Herds of bigots.
Travel in packs like in Ohio.
But they say predators move in flocks.
Big facts. Big facts. Pamela, you know you're up here? Pamela. I didn't think they knew they were up here. Hey guys, listen, we only have 390 left in our daily goal. There's 515 people. $1 a do ya, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all in the link tree. It allows me to host these spaces, no rads as well, and it also allows us to do the work that we do in the community. Any donations are appreciated. I'm gonna let the rest of these folks up. Wonder Woman, you're welcome to be here if you want to be. If you don't, then you're also welcome to leave. Nobody's holding you hostage, but I just wanted to let you know that.
I'll go down and tap, and once I get my live legs a little ready, I'll come back.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Yeah,
I think I'm about to run to the grocery store, to be honest with you, and then
okay.
And then I might come back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's probably not going to be a lot of people because even though many are boycotting the Super Bowl, many are still going to watch it. But I think I'm gonna go make myself some barbecue chicken, and maybe some sides to go with that.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna make myself.
Sounds like a good time.
It really does. But yeah, I'm gonna turn on the grill. I ain't turned on the grill in a minute, but it's like 80 something degrees outside, so
it's so warm. It's beautiful.
Now's a good time as any. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch. I'm definitely gonna watch Kendrick at halftime.
That sounds like uncle activities, man. I love it.
I can't boycott that.
Yeah, bro. That's all I do.
Toes out.
I'm just the old man. Listen, I wear flip flops, t-shirts every day. Every single day.
Can't get by with flip flops here. It's a little
What's
too
that?
chilly. Can't get by with flip flops here. It's a little too chilly.
It only gets cold here for like, I don't know,
Yeah.
a week tops. We had a week that it was cold, like 1 week that it was cold, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah.
And it might have been like cold for like a week and a half, but 2 weeks, it'll be cold. And then boom, it's 80 degrees every day again. Like it's been over 80 for the last 4 or 5 days.
Nice. We get that too.
Yeah.
We get that too.
But I
Well,
mean, it's
I'll
only
drop down and
February
let you
9th.
go. Yeah, right?
When
It
I
should be
say
really
cold,
here.
when I say cold, I mean 60 or below. When I say cold, I mean 60
Yeah.
or below.
Cold's 40 here. Cold is like 35,
No,
40 here, but I've
it'll get that
learned
way
I
at
do
night,
better
but
out
not
in the
during
cold.
the day, though. It'll get that way at night, but not during the day.
It's cold here in January and February, and then we don't really have to worry about it much. So, but I'll drop down and let you eat, grill or do what you're gonna do. But I'll
Because
come back.
I am hungry as hell, though. I'm not even gonna lie.
And I'm going to the doctor for this shaky voice. It's just neurological. Just it's gonna go away, so I'm not worried.
It's for the it's from the whatchamacallit?
I guess Lyme,
Limes.
just the nerve damage over there. It's like messing with my vocal cords and my esophagus. It's okay. I am good. I'm great.
I know you are. But yeah, just DM me real quick, and I'll send you my number.
Okay, sounds good. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, talk to you
Please
later.
tell them I said hi.
Will do.
Okay.
Republicans, what's up? Yeah. Y'all are hilarious, man. It's okay if it didn't mean to come up. You could just say so. You could just be like, yo, I didn't mean to come up. My bad, friend. You can still say hello. I'm not going to bite nobody. Melody, thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, guys. 3 feet. 3 feet of what? We got 3 feet of snow yesterday? Fuck that. Leslie, it's time to move, goddammit. All right, bro. Have a good one. It's time to move. Nobody needs to live like that. Nobody needs to live like that. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, I'm going to hop back on later. I'll probably hop on with no Raz a little bit later. Yeah, I'll hop on a little while. But I'm going to go make dinner now. I'm going to go, I got to run and go get some chicken legs. And then I'm going to make dinner. You're coming to my house? That's fine, Leslie. You can. Nobody's stopping you. I'm here. We're here. There's space. But anyways, all right, y'all. I'm going to head out. If you enjoyed the little bit of time that we're on here, consider tipping on your way out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. We'd appreciate it. Hey, guys, check on your friends. Everybody that says they're okay is not necessarily okay. Protect your peace at all costs. Take care of your mental health. If you have not yet started your therapy journey, today's an amazing opportunity for you to do so. Eat as healthy as you can. Drink your water. Take whatever medication you're supposed to take. And as always, stay dangerous. Kiana said we have abandoned issues. Don't lie to us. I said I'll try to come on later. I'll see if No Raz will come on with me. So we'll see. I hate being on the backup account though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's trash. Being on the backup account is the worst because we don't get the same level of engagement. But anyways, I'll talk to you real soon. If you guys are in the Discord, hit me up and let me know how you guys want to do these Black History Month sets. Because, you know what I'm saying, I want to go ahead and get those 5 sets out, before the end of the month. So let me know how you guys want to do it. But bye for now. Love you. Talk to you soon.